middle, come off of it, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Oh. Oh, she's upside down, boys.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go.
You see this? See where my boat's at? This is why I have a kayak. This is why I don't use recovery boats anymore. This would have been impossible to get with an airboat, a fan-powered boat, you know, a PVC airboat, or Horizon Harbor tug. You would have got it just hung up in all this. Yeah, you would have got it hung up, you know. Yep, that would have been rather impossible to rescue. Oh wow, you can really see how hard the wind's blowing out here. Man alive. It's not that bad on the dock. Yeah, it's whipping out here, boys. It's whipping out here. The damn boat handled it though. It really did. Yeah, she took it pretty good, this choppy water. Yeah, you can really see how choppy it is out here, you know?
I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway.
So as you guys seen in that first clip, we flipped our gasser. So I just recovered it, and we're actually going to get all the water out the motor. Okay, let's check our radio box. Okay, that looks good. We're going to get the water out the motor. So what you need is a spark plug wrench, okay? And you're going to pull your spark plug, okay? First, you want to make sure all the water's out your pipe, right? So pull your spark plug, dump the water out. My piston must have been down, so I didn't have much water come out, because I've seen a lot come out the pipe here. So what you want to do is pull the spark plug, and if you got a pull start, just pull the engine 5 or 6 times, 10 times. I have a electric start, so we're gonna see all the water. Okay, I guess you don't want to do it too much because you could scar the piston without oil on the piston, you know. And we're gonna kind of dry off our spark plug with our shirt. The wife's gonna kill me. Now we're gonna put the spark plug back on. All right, I hate to see them flip, but I love to see them fly. All right, put the spark plug back in. Spark plug wire, and we're gonna start it up. Let the water burn off. All right. Ready to go again. That's a, I got a 67-17 on there. Into the wind right here, so I got to be careful on the front stretch. The back stretch, I can open it up, you know, I can open it up back there. This boat here handles a chop pretty good, but she does tend to get some air up under her. So I really have to take it easy on the front stretch. Back stretch, we can give her the beans, boy. Yeah, I was trying to keep speed in and out the corner, and she blew over earlier. Got a good 12, 15 mile per hour northwest wind. Started not to even come out. I'm glad I did, you know, because it's pretty nice. Good running boat. Aeromarine Avenger 44. Yeah, RC Guy Wilmer or RC Life Support on Facebook or Google. You can put an order in for one of these bad boys. He's still making them to order. He makes them to order, made in the USA. Good hull, you know. You can get it painted, gel coated, whatever color you want. You can get with, without rails, gas, electric. You know what I'm saying? Double reinforced, super light. You know, he'll make it to order. I'll put a link in the description. He also has Speedmaster parts available, so that's a good source for you. Good running boat. She runs great. I got a gizmo pipe on here today, just testing it out, you know. That pipe works pretty good. A little louder than the Zip Kits pipe. A little quieter than that long aluminum pipe we had on there. You know, the pipe that came with the boat. A little quieter than that one. That thing was loud, boy. I want to get on this front stretch so bad. I'm scared to. I don't want to blow her off, you know. Woo, woo. All right. Oh, oh, that was fun, you guys. That was fun. It felt like my rudder was kind of giving me some issues. Yeah, it wouldn't turn left for me. Oh, that was a good run. I know it don't look windy, but it is. It's windy in this little cut right here. I was just taking it easy into that front stretch. I didn't want to have to go recover my flipped boat again, you know. So that's how you clean the water, drain the water out of a two-stroke engine. Okay, pretty easy. It's pretty easy, right? I run in that brackish water, so I after run maintenance on all my boats is kind of a nightmare, but I have to kind of stay on top of it with each boat that I run at the speed run spot. A lot of you guys don't have to do this stuff, but I do, you know. It's really just where I have to run at. So I rinsed the boat out with fresh water, rinsed the pipe out with fresh water, wiped everything down, blew everything out. I have a fan out here in the shop that I angled down in this boat simply because I can't put this one on my dehumidifier in the house to dry everything out quicker. So I just use a fan, boom, right in the boat. A few hours later, she dries a bone. With this gas motor, I actually, I had it upside down earlier, so I had to put this back on. I typically pull my spark plug. Okay, I'll pull my spark plug. I'll get this little squeeze bottle of two-stroke engine oil, and I usually squeeze some down in the piston. Okay, this was recommended to me by several of my viewers, so I've been doing that. And then I just kind of put my my spark plug back on halfway so I know it's not tightened down. And before my run, I'll actually tighten it down with a spark plug wrench and put my wire on, right? I've also been recommended to squirt oil, which I just did it off camera, hence the reason I started the camera in the first place. The flap in the carburetor, I pinned it up. I'm one-handed right now, so I can't do it. I stuck this bottle. I turned my boat at an angle like this. I put the flap up, and I took this bottle as far as I could in the carb and squirted 2-stroke oil in there. That was also recommended to me by Team Heavy Chevy. So, brother, I appreciate it. I've been doing it every run after run, especially if I don't plan on using the boat for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's going to sit. After I've flooded the engine, I'll, make sure the piston, everything's well lubricated. I also, well, this is some Dollar General lubricant, but it's basically WD-40. I'm out of my WD-40. I just used it all a couple days ago. So I usually just take this or WD-40 and I hit the motor. It's a lubricant, a cleaner. WD-40 is more of a cleaner than a lubricant. But since I run in the brackish water, I usually just kind of hit the engine with this, and then I'll take my air compressor and try to blow this oil all like into some of the hard to reach places, especially the ignition system up here on this flywheel. There's a couple little like squares that you want to keep clean, so I make sure all that's lubed up. Actually put some in here. I don't know if I should do that or not, but I did last time. I probably won't do it this time since I did oil it last run. But yeah, you guys see, I just kind of spray it on the motor, the carburetor, everything, the motor mounts. Try to keep it off the pipe because it will change your pipe color. Just when you're done, just wipe her down the best you can. The pipe, that is, the header, and it should stay looking nice for you, right? So I got my my wrenches here, and I just broke my shaft loose, which, by the way, I forgot. I did not put my shaft saver in for this run, so thank God nothing crazy happened. And since I run in brackish water, I'm going to go ahead and pull this cable. This is an older boat, so the cable's it's actually not too bad. It's darker. It's a darker cable. But I just wipe off the old grease. Okay, and I usually take my WD-40. In this case, we're going to use this Dollar General stuff. Just spray it on there, and I'll throw my cable in the boat for my next run. Who cares if there's grease and oil in the boat? It's okay, right? It's not a show boat. It's a runner, like my boats. All my boats, they're runners. They're runners, right? So yeah, that's what I do after run maintenance for this guy. Oil on the piston. A little bit of oil in the carburetor. I don't squirt much in there, and I try to get it really past the carburetor. If you guys know a proper way to do that, hit me up. Or do you guys do that, right? Do you guys do that? So my next run, we will put a GPS on it. I know a lot of guys are itching to see this boat with a GPS. Hell, I've been scared to death to put a GPS on any of my boats because I've bought 9 of them this year. No shit. So I don't even want to pull the damn thing out. So we'll be testing this baffled pro boat pipe. Okay, as you can see, you cannot see through it. It's got a baffle in it. So a baffle, it should make it quieter. See that? It should make it quieter, but at the same time, the baffle robs power. So if you have a Zelos 48 and you want a little more zip, take a metal rod and bang that baffle out of here. It ain't gonna hurt a damn thing. So we're gonna run it. I'm actually gonna keep the gizmo pipe on for right now. And what I'll do is I'll actually take my tape measure and I'll take the pro boat pipe with me. We'll test the gizmo pipe one outing. Our next video, we'll test this pipe. And then we'll get a speed, same prop, same tune. We'll put the Pro Boat pipe on, same spot, and get a speed. So that should be a pretty fun test. I'm actually curious to how fast it'll do. I'm guessing she's about 63. That's what I'm gonna say. Today's run, I'm gonna say about 63 mile an hour in that rough, you know. So yeah, so she's wanting to catch a lot of air. All right, so I got the boat flipped around here, and I haven't showed you guys the front of this boat. I've been doing some work to it and testing, like in my mind, I'm doing a long-term test, watching how the boat handles and reacts to what I do to this section of the boat right here. Okay, so this is it's an Aeromarine, but it's not a true genuine hull. It's someone laid this up in their garage, splashed it, right? So you actually have a shoebox style construction. The top side overlaps the bottom, and then you have like this little section here that you can actually join the hull with. It overlaps so you can epoxy it together, right? So up forward, the top side and bottom, it actually has a gap right here. Okay, so whoever built the boat, they used an expanding foam right here to fill this gap. Okay, so right now this gap is pretty much, I would say, almost flush with the ride surface. I actually do have a little angle on it. Okay, so when I got the boat, it was strictly expanding foam, painted expanding foam. So I've sanded it all off, and I've been modifying it and shaping it to my liking. Okay, so when I got it, it was angled down like this. Okay, something like that. So with it angled down like that, it's not gonna catch as much air, right? So I had to sand it all down just so I can get it like profiled and prepped for paint. So I just decided to sand it pretty much flat with the ride surface. So like this, we're actually kiting the boat. It's actually wanting to catch air. And I think that's why we're flipping. But at the same time, it's actually enabling the boat to run loose as hell, which I like, right? So what I've been doing is every time in between runs, I've actually come out here. Like the first run, it was perfectly flush with the ride surface. And now I've got a little angle on both sides. So tonight, this weekend, while I work on the Bulgarian, filling some holes and body work, I'm actually going to give it some more angle, something like this, so it don't want to kite as much, and then we'll run it and see how it performs. The main reason I'm doing this is just tinkering, testing. And if I have a hole in the future that don't want to air out, or she's riding like nose, I can't get the boat to loosen up, right? I was testing this, watching what it does before and after type deal, and it's something you could possibly do to loosen up the front end of a boat. Rather than putting a canard on a catamaran, you may be able to actually put like a little winglet up here on the side so that it catches a little bit of air, or angle it so that it don't catch any air. So I'm just spitballing, right? Also, this section right here, the tunnel, where it meets the bottom section of the tunnel, this overlaps the bottom section of the tunnel here. So, well, I guess you could see it best like this. You see that? So typically, the front of the tunnel would be attached to this, and it would be like a nice smooth transition. Something like this, you know? So this one actually has a little lip right here. Can you see that? Okay. So it actually came, when I got it, I'm going to guess about 3 or 4 millimeters longer. Okay. And it actually wrapped down more, right? So I've been slowly taking this material right here down a millimeter at a time. I'll run the boat and I'll take it down a millimeter. I'm gonna flip it over so you can see what I'm talking about. But what I think this right here is doing, with it overlapping like that, it's either doing one or two things. It's either kiting, causing the kite effect into the wind. It's wanting to pick up because there's like a little winglet right here. It's either doing that, or it's coming down far enough to where it's actually acting like an air dam. Okay, hence the reason why she runs so good with the wind, and then as soon as I start going into the wind, she starts getting real loose because it's actually packing more air into the wind, so she's wanting to get loose on me, right? So I got it flipped over so that you guys can kind of see what I'm dealing with here. Like I said, once I get it filled and angled how I want it, and the boat handles the way I want it, then we'll sand the whole bottom and paint it all, you know. Yeah, it's pretty much the same on both sides. I've done quite a bit of work to it, trying to get it right, you know. Like right here, it's real hard to get to, but I've been trying to work on all of this, trying to get a nice transition from topside to hull. Same over here, you know, like I got a little void there I need to fill. I think that just happened somehow. This is the lip I was talking about, you know. So I've been slowly kind of taking it down because I want to get a nice transition from here to here. But at the same time, I kind of like the lift, but I'm thinking it's got a little too much lift with the flat bow section here, you know. I don't think the tunnel section is the issue. I think it's this issue right here, you know. So we'll get that worked out. The bottom of this boat's awesome. On a ruler, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better looking bottom. Little dead rise where it needs to be at, you know, don't rock. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I was just kind of jacking my jaws about this and what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, so you guys know what I'm working on, you know, in between runs, you know, because I'm definitely been working on this actually pretty constantly. Even though you can't tell, it's gonna look great when it's all done, you know. It's gonna be a sharp looking boat, right? So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, consider it. Greatly appreciated. Those of you who are subscribed, Boat Gang, you guys freaking rock. We'll see you next time.